It is All Hallows Eve, and we bid you welcome to a very special episode of Red Moon Roleplaying, where we will play the GUMSHOE-based horror game Fear Itself, created by writer, game designer, and podcaster Robin D. Laws, who will also be our game master for this session. Hjalmar will take on the role of Jack Shirley, a widower who is moving to a new community with his 15-year-old son Caden, who's played by Craig. Sit down, relax, and welcome to the pleasant community of Candlewood Crescent.
Jack, you are recently widowed. You're a wife. Caden's, and Caden is your son, so Caden's mother died about a year ago. You're about to move into a new home in a bedroom community just outside New York City near the Hudson River. You work in the financial sector, and work is a word we'll get to in a moment. And this is set in 2009. So this is in the wake of the housing and foreclosure crisis and the big economic downturn that hit the U.S. And you work at a bank and were able to get a home that's bigger, that's away from the place you were living in when your wife died, and through really belt-tightening financial shifting, you've managed to buy this house that was foreclosed upon about 6 months ago, and you're about to move into it. It's in a beautiful, recently built housing community, and you're looking forward to a new change of pace, even though the financial strictures are pretty tough. And there's something that you don't want to tell your son, which is that just last week you were laid off from work. You're under additional financial stress at this point. So why didn't you tell your son that you've been laid off?
Well, I think we've kind of had enough bad things going as it is. With Caroline passing away and just being given the break that we were actually able to move somewhere else. I feel like he has enough on his mind. I don't want to disturb him too much with that, and I'm sure he knows that he relies on me to solve the situations, and I'll get by somehow. I'll tell him afterwards when I find something new to do that I'm doing something new now, so he doesn't have to worry in between.
So you have a number of sources of stability on your character sheet. These are things that you draw upon to when your mental state starts to fray. One of them is that you like to fix old cars. So you're looking forward to moving the couple of old classic cars that you're working on into the big garage in this new house. That was one of the things that attracted you to this place.
Yeah.
It also describes you as a rationalist, so you have that dependence on empirical reality and your ability to think through problems. That's something you rely on in times of trouble. And then your therapist, Dr. Chen, who's helped you through the shock of losing your wife, is one of your sources of stability. So we move on to Caden. Caden, you're in your mid-teens. Let's establish, tell me, how did Caroline die? What was your mother's cause of death?
I think she got ill, didn't she? Really ill.
So probably cancer, if...
Yeah, and it was quick. Real quick, like less than a year. Fine, then dead. Like, I don't really understand. I mean, I know I'm not stupid, actually. I know a little bit about stuff, but obviously I don't really know medical, how these things work. Doesn't seem very fair to me.
It notes on your character sheet that your sources of stability are quick thinking. So you're certainly no dummy. When you're stressed out, you go to play video games, and your best friend from the school that you're now have to leave, her name is Raya. And of course, it's 2010, so you've got access to your, as like any modern teen, you're glued to your mobile phone and can contact her. And so how are you feeling about the fact that your father has decided to suddenly move into a new community in this new bigger house and not the one that you grew up in with your mom?
I don't know. I guess it's okay. I mean, kind of didn't really want to leave all my friends, but I mean, you can talk to them online and I can still see them, so I suppose it's not too bad, but I mean, I don't really know why we had to move. I'm not exactly angry about it, I just don't understand why. What was wrong? I was happy where we were. Really?
So we open with your drive to this new place, which Caden, you have not seen before. So Jack, why is it that you're waiting until the moment when you're actually moving in with the rental van and all this stuff to actually show Caden his new home for the first time?
I like to prepare things myself. I like to, like you said, I'm a rationalist person. I like to think things through, and I like to prepare things and make sure they're perfect before they are ready to be shown. It's like the cars that I like to fix. I fix them as well, and I don't like showing off. Generally, I just like. I don't think there's any need that people get involved in things that unless they are prepared or that it directly relates to them, because they probably have other things to think of anyway. So
Caden, do you find this frustrating about your dad? This sort of his hyper rational control freakism?
Sometimes, but I mean, I don't know. I kind of, as I'm growing up, maybe it makes sense. I mean, if you want to be good at stuff in life, you do need to work hard. You need to pay attention to things. I mean, I do that. I try and do well at school. I like doing well at school, actually. But, I mean, sometimes he can just be just a little bit too much. Just a bit. He should loosen up a little more.
So this is a scene where, in fact, he's driving you to the new place, and you're trying to get that across to him, so that you want him to loosen up a bit. So how do you express that to your dad? So let's play out a little bit of dialogue as you move toward the new home.
So, I think I'm in the back of the car, texting on my phone, and I'm not really paying attention to what he's saying. And whatever the last thing he said, I just sort of respond like, Dad, maybe that's not really that important. I mean, come on, like, why?
I just like it's everything to be prepared and done. Yeah, you trust me, don't you? I mean, I'll get us something nice.
Yeah, I do. So why all this show, Dad? Come on, why can't you just tell me what the house is? It's just a house. I'm not going to be that amazed unless, did you buy a mansion or something?
Well, this you will be amazed. This is a place that you can bring your friends, you've got room for them, and they'll all be impressed, and you can do things together, I know you usually don't. You haven't stayed much at home when visiting. Like Raya, you could invite her over a bit. I know you guys talk, right?
I kind of look a little awkward for a moment and sort of shuffle back in the car seat. And, yeah, I suppose that would be good. But, I mean, they'd have to drive, Dad. It's not like it'll be easy for them to just come over whenever.
Well, you're gonna be able to drive soon too, right? I mean, we've started together, and how are you feeling about that?
Alright. I guess.
Yeah, you're doing fine. You'll see. Just wait till you see this place, and just wait till you see the garage. You will. You love the garage.
So you turn. It's a crisp fall, sort of unseasonably little cold day. You're driving past row upon row of quite attractive, obviously very expensive sort of brick houses. They're all clearly built in the last, say, maybe 6-7 years. And you turn into the driveway, and in fact, you see that it's quite an ordinary seeming, rather big for the two of you, kind of suburban house. And in fact, yes, there is a nice big double bay garage that has room for maybe 2, even 3 vehicles if you decide to have that many in them.
And this is it.
I kind of peek out the car window. I do put the phone away. I suppose it doesn't look so bad.
I jump out the car and I immediately go to the back of the car and open it and pop the trunk just to start getting things out. Come on, son. Gotta come inside.
Alright, don't mean to make a big show of it, Dad. I sort of get out a bit sulkily, but I am kind of maybe looking at the house with a bit of interest. I mean, it does seem quite cool looking. Although, Dad, like, where am I going to put my things then? Like, I mean, what's the internet like?
Well, come up here. And I bring out my big set of keys and I go and I hesitate for a bit, but then I say, you know what? I want you to see the back entrance because I want you to see the garden on the back. Right, come on, this way.
Okay.
As you're heading back around to the back of the house, where indeed there is a very large backyard and there's sort of a gazebo back there, and you can see the curtains parting on the nearly identical house just to the right of you, and you see that someone is watching you from the other house, and then the curtains drop back into place again. But you can see that the neighbors have noticed you coming in.
I go to nod or almost raise my hand to say hi, but then I realize, people probably just keep mostly to themselves. So, come on, look at this. See the gazebo?
I run ahead a little. I admit, actually, it's quite a cool seeming backyard. I might be able to, play some games out here, actually. I mean, I do like my video games, but I actually do like to play a little bit of, touch ball with the guys and Dad sometimes, It's fun.
I'm thinking we could have some sort of Wi-Fi transmitter around here, you see?
Okay.
And then we'll definitely have Wi-Fi out in the garden as well, so you can do whatever you want in there, just take a break, bring your friends over, you play your games, do what you want to do, and I'll be over there in the garage, you see? It's,
I do smile a little, because admittedly, he is starting to sell this. My initial mood is heightened by, actually this place seeming quite cool. But of course, at this point, I run to the back door and go, all right, well then where's my room then? Come on, where's my room?
My first urge is to give him the key, but then I feel my hands tightening around. It's better that I hold on to this for now until I give him the proper tour. And so I unlock the door and I open it up and all right, in here. Wipe your shoes, mind you. Haven't gotten any proper floor mats to wipe them on. Just leave them out here for now.
All right. I think to myself, him and his shoe wiping thing, it's pointless because the floor gets dirty anyway. Why do we need to always take the shoes off? But all right, I do it. And I spurt into the house and start looking around. I want to see what's going on in this place.
So it is, obviously there's no furniture or anything in there yet. There's appliances in the kitchen, and it's quite a nice kitchen, very kind of expensively appointed. The fixtures and appliances are new. There's a big 6-grill gas burner oven. There's a big modern brushed steel refrigerator. It all looks very swank. The previous owners obviously had reasonably good taste. The wallpaper is kind of nice. It's an attractive color, maybe not the one you're going to stick with, but and there's sort of nice lush carpeting. It's all very well cared for. And when your dad takes you upstairs to your bedroom, it is a much larger room than you've had before, and there's a lot of empty wall space which you will use to decorate it. So we're going to do switch to a montage sequence as we follow our two characters as they move all of the stuff into the house. And so, Caden, what do you put up on the walls of your bedroom?
Well, I have to make a lot of space for my big desk, of course, that has all my computer stuff on it, my game systems. I then have a little bit of a shelf space that I need to use as well for, a couple of trophies I've won, because, I'm not actually a lazy kid. I actually quite enjoy competitive stuff. I can swim, I can run. I don't always win things, but I've done a few things. I even also once won a chess tournament, proving that I'm almost quite skilled at both things. I try not to be too good at things, because as I'm growing up a bit, I'm realizing sometimes that gets you attention you don't really want, but I can't help it. I am competitive.
Now you have one taste, you have one interest that is a little eccentric. The posters that you're putting up reflect that. So what is the thing that is a little different that you're interested in?
I like robots. I've always liked robots, especially as a kid. I still do. Okay, I now realize I can't do anything with them, but I just love old style, vintage 80s, 70s robot sci-fi stuff, and I just like putting that on the walls. I like tinkering. Again, Dad, through his cars, has kind of got me into mechanical stuff, whether I wanted to or not, to be honest. But I kind of do enjoy making little models. It's just a hobby, really. I mean, I'm studying science and everything, but I don't really think I'm going to be like an engineer or anything. But I don't know, I just think they're cool. I especially like the one from Forbidden Planet. That big, the one with the claws. He looks cool. Dad showed me that when I was a kid, actually.
And Jack, what are you setting up as sort of decorative items that represent you as a person?
I have a montage of old Rolling Stones covers from their albums that I set up on the wall, neatly next to each other. Nice sort of early edition vintage stuff. Music that I haven't really listened to in a long while, but now that it feels like they have their place there. They're supposed to be there. I don't get much new things. It's like I made a collection of stuff, and then I don't really care about getting new things. That was more of Caroline's thing to sort of make things more practical, I guess, because I have a tendency to get a little bit stuck with what I have. And so a lot of the stuff that we're unpacking now are actually kind of going back a little bit. Maybe I'm more eager to unpack the stuff that is actually mine than the things that sort of Caroline got for us. And you might see in the kitchen, for example, maybe I'm getting out like appliances and stuff that we haven't used before in a long time, that kind of dates back before Caroline.
And Caden, you remember as you're putting out your robots that the last time you got into a really dumb argument with your mother that you now regret was about the robot. So you remember how that went down. What was that all about?
I mean, she got annoyed that I kind of was using like a glue that didn't work very well on one of them downstairs, and so I kind of snuck into the garage and sort of took out some of like the industrial stuff Dad uses. I just wanted to use a little bit, but I kind of spilled it all over the kitchen counter, and obviously she got really angry because that stuff's toxic. That was the food area. I didn't really think it was a big deal at the time, but as I think about it, I kind of put one of the robots back in a box, almost like subconsciously not liking that one anymore. Like, no, that one doesn't go up. Not that one, no.
And where is that box now?
Under the bed. I've got a bit of space under the bed. Some old stuff, maybe I don't need that stuff up. I'm kind of wondering if I need all the robots up, really. A little part of me feels like maybe it's a bit kiddish. I don't know. I just put it under there for now. Let's just put it under the bed. Think about it later.
So at this point, the doorbell rings. Who goes to the door?
I will start going to the door. Are you going as well, or?
Kind of poke my head out my room, because I'm a bit like, who's coming to see us? What? It's a bit weird. Okay.
So you see a couple of adults. They're in their middle age. Their hair is graying, and they're sort of conservatively dressed. And one of them is carrying a clipboard.
I opened the door for them.
Hey there, neighbor.
Hello there. Can I?
I'm Ken Miller. This is the wife Cora. We just thought we'd welcome you to the neighborhood. As you know, there's a HOA. There's a homeowners association here, and I'm happen to be head of the organization. So I just thought I'd stop by, welcome you to the neighborhood, and give you a list of the neighborhood rules and the expectations that your neighbors have toward you in terms of upkeep and...
Oh, yes, that's great. Caden, come over here. Say hello to... I'm sorry, what was your name?
I'm Ken Miller, and this is my wife, Cora.
I let out a long sigh, sort of straighten up the shirt I'm wearing. Wear shirts and jeans, quite standard stuff.
Is your wife here yet, or is she coming along in another vehicle, or?
There is no wife. I'm sorry. She passed away.
Oh goodness, we're very sorry to hear that.
Well, that's we're trying to get a new place, trying to make a new life. Hopefully, it's a great neighborhood. I hope.
We certainly hope that you manage to fit in despite your difficulties. And the other siblings, are they coming along, or?
I look a bit perplexed, and not completely comfortable now. It's just me and Caden for now.
Oh goodness, this is quite a big house for just the two of you. For not a full-size family.
Well, we have interests and many friends. We hope to have people over and see how things go from there. Maybe
the previous occupants, the Burwells, there were quite a lot of them. There were a wife and a husband, and there were 3 children. So they really filled the place out.
Yeah. So. Cora, do you want to come in for a cup of tea, or?
Oh, that would be. Well, we see that you're still unpacking, but
yeah.
Why don't we give you a bit more time, and maybe tomorrow? Would noon tomorrow be a convenient time for us to come and say hello, get acquainted?
Yeah, thanks. Sure. Yes, we do have a few things to get in order first, so that'd probably be for the best. Where do you live on the street?
We're just right next door.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we saw you come in. We saw you checking out the gazebo. That is a nice feature, and we certainly hope you'll keep that up. It does increase the whole spirit of the entire neighborhood.
Yeah. That's that is the plan. No plans to change that for now. We wanted the place as is for now. So.
We'll let you get back to it, and we'll see you at noon tomorrow. And sort of Ken leans over and says, "Would you be a bourbon sort of fellow there?"
Well, I'm sorry, I don't drink.
Oh, well, I'm sorry to hear that. Folks around here enjoy, a nice glass of whiskey or two, but we'll get you converted.
Right, I'm sure. Well, it's been nice meeting you, and I'll see you around tomorrow then, and maybe I have something I could offer you that's more to your palate.
I was thinking of bringing something over, but we'll work on you.
Yeah, sure. Thanks.
And so they head off, and so is there anything in particular you do before night comes?
Well, Caden simply remarks after this little meeting, they seem really nosy.
Yeah.
Were they really coming over, Dad? Why?
I don't know. They maybe they were good friends with the previous owners, and they hope for something similar with us. I don't know. Are you? I'm sorry about that. With the, I don't know, questions. I try to see how you feel about that. What just happened?
Caden will shrug, and then he'd spend the rest of the evening just not really thinking about this situation. He goes back to his room, he plays some games, he unpacks things.
Yeah, I go to have a shower, look at my actually thinning hair. There's not much left now on top. It's getting a bit salt and peppery now as well. I wrinkle my forehead, thinking to myself, where have I moved, really? Well, I hope things can only get better from here. Maybe I need to start actually what I said there. I didn't intend to have big social gatherings. That was something that just slipped out from me when they started asking about why we had such a big place. Sort of a defensive thing. But maybe we could use some of that. Maybe Caden could use me inviting people over from the neighborhood. Maybe get to know a few of the people here. I think about that. Yeah.
Your mobile phone rings, and somewhat to your surprise, it's the ringtone that you reserve for your wife only. So it's your wife's ringtone calling you.
I don't react to this immediately. I just start looking for it as per just a reflex, like oh, it must be urgent if it's her calling. But then I just realize, wait a second, and I look down at the phone. And
it's not her number, obviously. It's the caller ID identifies it as your internet and cable provider, Comcast.
That's weird. There must be a technical glitch in the phone. I'm not completely comfortable with it. It's a fairly new one. Well, I pick it up to answer. Hello.
Yes, is this Mr. Shirley?
It's Jack. Yes.
Hi. This is Andre calling from Comcast. I'm afraid we discovered a bit of a scheduling issue, and we're going to be unable to complete the service call that you scheduled tomorrow. We apologize this, but we're just really backed up, and the guy that we had scheduled to come out, he's called in sick. He's quite unwell, really, and so I'm afraid that the next available appointment is going to be 4 days from now. We really regret this, and Comcast is always anxious to please and satisfy your needs as a customer. So in compensation with this, we will be happy to provide you with a 1 month's complimentary sports cable package when we finally do come and get everything hooked up for you. So again, we apologize. So we're hoping that there will be someone in the house on Tuesday between a window of 8 a.m. and 11 p.m. You have to be here during that entire time, of course, or risk being bumped back further.
Yeah, that's fine. I can I can work from home on that day, I think. But are you sure you? Is there any chance, maybe if someone has a cancellation, that it could be made earlier, perhaps?
I'll put a note to that effect on your account. If there's a cancellation, we'll certainly let you know.
Yeah. Well, right. Yep. Thank you for calling. Thank you.
And as you're putting the phone down, the curtain behind you on the window just seems to shift and move a little.
What, on the window to the room?
Yeah.
I look at it, and I open it. Some animal, kind of, maybe something stuck behind it.
Well, you're up on the second floor, but you don't see a squirrel or a bird or anything. But
huh. That's weird. I look down at the phone and I go into the Kaden?
Yeah?
Could you try calling to my phone?
What do you mean, did I try calling to your phone?
No, could you try calling him?
Oh, right, okay. I get my phone out. Have I been able to text people? Like, how's the signal in this area?
The signal is good, but obviously you're dependent on data now rather than having a Wi-Fi.
I think I've noticed that because I've been texting Rhea quite a few times, updating her on things, and so... Alright, Dad, I'm calling. Oh, so, like, when's the internet coming on? Because, like, at this rate, I'm gonna run out of stuff quite quickly.
I'll get you some extra gigs for now. It's just, some guy at the company got sick, so...
Alright, and I phone his phone.
And the phone rings, and again, it is your wife's ringtone, not the ringtone you usually have for Caden.
Okay. Thanks, Caden, and I'll turn it off, and I'll try to look into that, see if I could change it.
So you go into the settings, and somehow your wife's ringtone has now been switched to the default ringtone that comes by for everybody.
That's annoying. I'm getting a little shook up. I'm getting annoyed now because this happens and then someone cancels. I hate it when things are supposed to work, you know? I try to see if can I delete this ringtone? Can I just get it off of the phone?
Yep, you can remove it from your phone.
Yeah, I'm gonna completely delete it.
So night comes, you both presumably turn in, and Caden, in the middle of the night, you're awakened by something has shaken your bed, and you hear a thump.
What kind of thump? Like something hitting the floor or something hitting a door?
Like something has pushed the bed up off the floor for a moment with you on it.
Okay. I kind of just sort of sit there for a moment, not quite sure if what happened was, like, did I imagine that? I kind of lean up in the bed. What do I see?
So you see that the boxes under your bed have been sort of pushed out from underneath it. They've been sort of thrown about, and the box with that particular robot that led to the bad scene with your mother is the robot has been knocked out of the box and is lying on the floor. So at this point, you're going to make a stability roll. This is one of the general rolls. So if you look at your character sheet, you see a bunch of numbers next to all of your general abilities. And for example, you have a stability of 9. This measures your mental composure in the face of stress. And with most of the abilities, you're rolling you're always rolling a d6, and you're often trying to hit a difficulty of 4. Sometimes the difficulties are a little higher, but it's usually 4. And you for other abilities, you can just spend points in order to add to the die roll in order to increase your chance of hitting the desired threshold. Stability works just a little bit differently insofar as it is both a point that points that you can spend to add to your die roll, but also the thing you're trying to avoid is a loss of stability points. So there's sort of you only really want to spend stability when you think you're going to possibly lose a lot of it, because otherwise you're likely to spend more than you would stand to lose. So you can add any number of stability points to your d6 roll, but I recommend at this point early on that you just do a regular roll.
Yes. Oh, and do you have to add the points before you roll?
You have to yes, you have to announce the number of points.
So yeah, that's okay. Well, in this case, I'm looking at this scene and I'm actually a little concerned. I roll a 2.
So in fact, you are kind of shaken, and you lose 2 points of stability. So your stability pool goes down from 9 to 7.
Yeah, I kind of just sort of stare at it, and I'm like, how the hell? I kind of want to get out of bed and put it back, but I kind of have a moment where I feel just a little anxious, and I kind of sort of try and shake that off, and I'm like, what?
It feels very cold in the room all of a sudden. It's
is the window open?
quite chilly. You can see your breath.
I closed the window, didn't I? I get out of bed to close the window because I must have left it open.
The window is closed.
I kind of shiver. I go to turn the light on.
And as you're turning the light on, you just for a moment, you're almost sort of pre-expecting. You're sort of, it's not even that you see, but you sort of pre-envision the fact that there might be a figure in the room with you. But then when you turn the light on, there is in fact no one there.
Yeah, of course. I go, I pick up the stuff, I put it in the box, I put it back under the bed. I kind of go to turn the light off again, and I hesitate for a moment. And then I do it, I turn the light off, I go into the bed, and I close my eyes, and I'm like, okay, I'm going back to bed now. I'm just going back to bed.
So Jack, you awaken from sleep and you hear sort of movement and thumping in Caden's room.
I raise my voice. Hey, you alright there, Caden?
Yeah.
Do you want something? Want some tea?
Yeah, I'd like tea, please, Dad.
This feels kind of nice to me, actually. Being able to provide something. I had been up a bit late myself, trying to browse through the catalog, going onto LinkedIn, see if I can find some new connections, something new that could get me a job. And now that I basically just fallen asleep, it's kind of... Now that I'm awake, I'll be awake for a little bit more anyway, so why not? I go up and... Sure. Let me get you something. And I go out to the kitchen.
And of course, the LinkedIn is very frustrating because you're only looking at it on your phone because you don't have a Wi-Fi connection. So it's very, very hard to navigate LinkedIn in 2010 on your phone. So you go down to the kitchen, you boil up the tea, you head on up to Caden's room, and and as you're moving up the stairs, you think you hear footsteps in the hall outside Caden's room. You assume he's out walking around in the hallway, but when you get up there, you see that the door is closed, and he's not, in fact, in the hallway.
Look between the rooms. I see the toilet next to his door, so I knock the toilet because maybe he went in there. So I knock. Are you in there, Caden?
No, Dad. I'm in bed.
Okay, feels a bit eerie, I think, to myself.
So make a stability roll. Again, this is something where, for something relatively minor, you probably don't want to add points.
Yeah. I roll a 5.
So it seems eerie to you, but there's nothing that really that radically alters your mood or your perspective.
Well, it's we need to get used to the house. There probably maybe some floor planks, something that's just creaking or something. Just not used to the sounds of the house, perhaps. So I go to open your door and come in.
I kind of lean up in bed. I'm like, thanks, Dad. I just had a bad dream, I think. I know, it's stupid. I'm sorry.
Did you pack away the stuff that was out on the floor? Or did you get it back in bed and leave it there?
I packed it away.
Yeah, okay, so it's basically as it was. Okay, so yeah, I stand in the doorway and I get you. It's a new place. I'm hearing sounds as well, so, maybe just getting used to it.
I frown a little as he says that he's hearing things as well. Makes me a little more nervous, actually, but I take the tea, I drink it, and I'm like, alright, good night.
Yeah, good night.
And so, Jack, when you get back to your room, you notice you pull back the covers to get into bed, and you notice something very strange. It's a queen-size bed, obviously much bigger than one person needs, and in the space on the side that your wife would have occupied when she was alive, you see that the mattress, which is it's a memory foam mattress, and you see that there's sort of a person-sized depression on not the side of the bed that you were on, but the side of the bed that you weren't on.
I freeze up a bit.
Make a stability roll.
I got a 6.
So again, your rational outlook on the world is protecting your mental state.
Did I sleep on that side? Maybe I rolled over. Did I not see this before, perhaps? It's strange. I sip my tea. And I sit down in bed. I bring my phone up again. Check my messages. Check,
And obviously there's no new messages because it's the middle of the night.
Yeah, obviously. Stupid me. And, yeah. I take out a book to read a little, trying to get a bit drowsy, sleepy again.
And you finally do get drowsy and you settle into sleep. And then all of a sudden you're awakened because you feel breath on the back of your neck. Make a stability check.
It's a 4.
So, again, your stability remains as is.
As a reflex, still, I throw my hand out, like, feel around.
And there's nobody there.
There's nobody there. There's nobody there. I look up, damn it, is there a draft in the room? I just feel.
You don't feel a draft.
Shit. And I get annoyed, and I turn around, and I didn't even turn on the light. I was just looking in the dark, and I try to go back to sleep again.
And you have a kind of a restless night, and when the sun is streaming through the window at 6:30 in the morning, you know you're not gonna get up, so it's clearly time for breakfast and more unpacking.
Yeah. Let's see, and I go out and I look at the fridge, I look at the schedule for Caden. Does he have anything today?
Well, there's really nothing other than unpacking the house and stuff. You've kind of uprooted him from his previous life. You've canceled all of his different classes.
Yeah, he doesn't have school or so for a while.
Well, he'll be presumably in school on Monday, and then start to get into the whatever schedule of events there is around his new school.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I don't. If he has had as bad a night as I have, but finally fallen asleep, I'm not gonna wake him up. I'm gonna start making a little bit of breakfast for me, and then I'm probably gonna go out to the garage for a bit.
Caden, what time do you wake up?
10. Yeah, 10, which for me is a bit of a lie-in. I'm used to school, having to get up a little earlier. But, and on the weekend, though, I like to sleep until like 10. Especially if I'm not woken up.
So that one box is now in the middle of your room again.
I sort of lean up out of bed, and I stare at the box for quite some time. And I kind of just get up. I put some clothes on. I go to the box. I don't put it back under the bed. I kind of just take what I put in it and sort of place it like somewhere else in the room, like on like a table or something. And then I just sort of put the box in another part of the room.
So when you take out the robot, you see that its head has been snapped off.
Oh.
Make a stability test.
3.
So that costs you some more stability. So your stability pool drops from 7 to 5.
I kind of breathe in really deeply, and I kind of I put the robot in the bin. I got a bin in the room. I just put it in the bin. And
there's a really strong smell coming off it, like the smell of that toxic glue that you had before.
I'm pacing around the room. I'm scared. I'm scared because I'm thinking, do we have a ghost? Oh, no. It's like that film we watched. What was it called again? Something like Exorcist or something. I can't remember. Oh, no. Oh, do I live in a haunted house? Oh, no. I don't want that. What do I...
And you hear the sounds of your dad unpacking things in the garage.
Oh, I can't just go to Dad. It'll sound being stupid. Get my phone out. I text Rhea. I tell Rhea everything. I tell Rhea, you are not going to believe this, in the middle of the night. And then I tell her about this morning. And I'm like, what do I do? Like, what do they do in the films? What do you think?
And each time you text her, it hangs, and so it doesn't give you that delivered a note on the text that shows that it's gone through.
Oh, damn it. I go downstairs. Dad! Dad!
I'm out here, and I go to the side door of the garage that's supposed to be leading into the house. You sleep all right?
Yeah. When's the internet coming? My phone's not. I don't think it's working. I need to talk to people.
Here, let me see that. And I reach out my hand to have a look at his phone.
I quickly select off the text I was sending to Rhea, and I just hand in the phone normally. Like, it's just, I tried to text someone and it's not working, I don't think. You try.
I look at it, and I look at mine, sort of comparing the two, like the reception on the both of them.
So it's got the bars, it's got the 3G marker on it that indicates that you should be receiving data.
Yeah, this could happen when her phone is off. It's probably, maybe she has her phone off today. Maybe she ran out of batteries. It's just not coming through to her phone.
Kind of very obviously, I'm your son. I look annoyed. I look frustrated. I look upset.
Want some breakfast?
Yeah. Sure.
What? Is there something wrong?
No.
There. Come on, I'll get you something. What do you want? I'll make something. Do you want some, you want eggs? Do you want toast?
Yeah.
Nutella?
All of those things, yeah. Fine. But it doesn't really seem like it's making me happy. It just seems like I'm saying it to appease you at this stage. Something's on my mind.
I'm like... not sure what to say, really. I hope that maybe it's just he's hungry. He just wants some. He needs to eat something. That's probably it. Yeah, he needs to eat something. I'll make some food for you. It'll be good. And I make that. I even it's some toast with eggs and stuff, and I make some hot. There's no, I actually while I'm making that, I said there's hot chocolate in there if you want to get prepare yourself something. Yeah.
I let this all be made for me, and midway through, like, sort of eating it, I just say, "So who used to live here again?"
What did they say? Ken and Cora. Did they mention that?
They said the Burwells.
The Burwells.
Was their name. And they said that there was a husband and wife, and then and 3 kids.
Yeah, so there was a big family before.
Yeah. Why'd they move?
Why does anyone move? Maybe new job? New relocation? I don't know.
3 kids.
Right. And in fact, you do know, whether you're telling Caden or not, they were foreclosed on in the housing crisis, which is how you're able to afford this house that you would not be able to afford. And you have this creepy feeling at the back of your mind that maybe the way that they were foreclosed on was not... and it was the bank you used to work for. Maybe wasn't totally on the up and up, but then on the other hand, you've got this big new house.
Yeah, well, I'll still say what I say, but that could be anything, It's shifting market, like I said, new jobs, things like that.
Yeah.
Why are you asking?
Like, no reason.
Huh?
I go to check my phone. I want to see if the texts are going through.
The texts are not going through.
What's wrong? Is it not working? I mean, try texting me.
I tried texting Dad.
And what is the text that you send?
Hello.
Okay, and you get a text from Caden's number, Jack, but instead of saying hello, it says, "I want to be normal." I
look at the text, and I'm a bit thinking to myself, is this him? Is he making a joke? Is he maybe... Is this a call for help, perhaps?
Well, is it working?
Sure. And I write back, standing there in the room with you, but I'm looking at the phone and I'm texting back. obviously, seeming a bit deep in thought. I'm writing, of course. What do you want to do? And I'm sending it.
And that comes through as you typed it.
I look at my dad, really confused. What do you mean, what I want to do? I shrug. What?
I mean, if you feel that... if you feel like... Was it the people yesterday? Were they, the way they asked those questions? Is that the problem, or...?
That's not... No, I didn't say there was a problem. Look, I said you... I show him my phone. I sent you hello, and then you send a weird text back. But okay, it works, I guess.
I look at my phone again. Does it say? Does it say?
So his says hello, and yours says I want to be normal.
I look at his as he showed. I look at mine. Look at this.
I look at the phone and see the texts. Do I see them, like you said?
Yeah.
Well, I didn't send that, so... I don't know.
That's weird.
Are you sure? Did you maybe copy and paste or something? Did you press the copy-paste function? You do that
I got
sometimes.
this now that you sent something, and this is what it came through. Look, do you wanna? Are you done unpacking and stuff?
Yeah.
Do you wanna have a? Yeah.
Actually,
No.
no. Can I? I just wanna. I wanna empty. I found some rubbish. I just want to put them in the bin. I run up to my room to get the bin, and I'm hoping to empty its contents into the proper bin downstairs.
Okay.
So Ken and Cora are coming in half an hour.
Whatever.
Yeah. Maybe they'll bring some of the children. I don't know.
I hope not.
I start to try and get something ready, at least an area that we could sit in.
I go to put the stuff in the bin downstairs in the main bin. Make sure it's all closed up, and I don't want to see people.
You're just throwing out that one robot and its box, or?
Yeah, I mean, and some pieces of paper and some actual rubbish I put in there, but yeah.
That happens without incident, and before you know it, there's a ring at the doorbell, and there's Ken and Cora, and there's a girl about your age. She's sort of blonde and dressed kind of demurely, and then there's a kid who's maybe 10 or so, a boy who's looks like he's sort of typical kind of gawky 10-year-old, and he's wearing an NYU t-shirt.
And I open the door and I say, and I kind of smile a little extra that I see that they brought children, especially someone that is Caden's age as well. Come in.
This is, we'd like to introduce you to our two children. This is Anna, and this is Colt. Anna and Colt, this is Caden here, and Mr. Shirley. Say hello to Mr. Shirley, and they both say, hello, sir.
Hello, Anna. Colt, nice to meet you. So, yes, this is my son, Caden. We're just about moving in here this weekend. Are you enjoying yourself? Do you like the neighborhood?
Oh, this is the best neighborhood you could possibly live in. We're all very tightly knit here, and we're really looking forward to getting to know the two of you and the rest of your family.
That's great. That's great. I'll be sure to try and invite the other neighbors over as well, as we sort of get more established. It's really nice. Come in this way.
And you notice at this point that the wife Cora is carrying this sort of big, kind of long box, and Ken is carrying what is obviously one of those boxes with whiskey in it, and the two kids sort of shyly look Caden over, and I guess you all sort of head over to the breakfast nook.
And I say to Caden, did you unpack the TV, your games? Do you want to show them your...
Yeah, okay. I kind of look at Anna, and I don't know, she might be alright. Look at I can't even remember his name already. Oh, I don't want to play with a kid.
You play.
All right, yeah, cool. All right, yeah. I don't say that out loud. Yeah. I did unpack my stuff. Yeah, you guys want to see it?
You like games, don't you? And I take the other.
Yeah, we like games. That's a normal thing. We like games.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, that's what kids like.
That's absolutely great. Why don't you show them, Caden, and we'll sit down. Can I offer you something to drink? Would you like some tea? We got some.
Oh, a tea would be lovely, Cora says, and then Ken says, "Well, I've been thinking about our conversation yesterday, and you said that you don't drink. Does that mean you're a teetotaler, or are you sober?"
No, I chose myself. Yeah.
Well, in that case, Cora was sort of scolding me a little for trying to encourage you. But now that I know that that you're not a problem drinker, because we wouldn't want those around here, but you just haven't had good enough whiskey. So let me pour you a little of the Willits Reserve here.
Yeah.
And he's brought his own whiskey tumblers, and he pours out some whiskey for you, and a sort of moderately generous pour for himself.
Well, I feel like I'm being a little pushed here, but I don't want to make a fuss about it now that we're new and they're trying to be friendly, I guess. I mean, they're trying to invite me into the way things work around here, so why not? I'm making the cup of tea for Cora, and I accept the glass and I sniff it a little and sip it.
So Cora says, "So what attracted you to our beautiful neighborhood, to Riverside Estates?"
Well, it was many things. I look sort of around the corner, make sure that Caden and the kids are out of earshot. My wife, Caroline, she passed away, and we needed something new, something. I know this is a bit big, perhaps, for the two of us. Myself, I love working with cars, like old cars. If I fix up, I got a nice T-Bird actually out there in the garage. I like working with. I like a bit of space for myself, and you know how.
And so at this point, Ken interrupts and says, "But when you're working on the car, you're going to keep the garage door closed, right? So the rest of the neighborhood doesn't have to see something unsightly."
Well, I prefer to. It's a private hobby. It's not. You wanna? How do you mean you unsightly?
Right. Well, it's a little messy looking, so you'll just keep your garage door closed, so that when you're making a mess, other people don't have to look at your mess.
Yeah. Well, I'm not a show off, if that's what you mean. I'm not gonna. No.
Well, it's not whether you're a show off or not. It's that things have to be orderly. You can appreciate that. I can see that.
Yes.
Just even from the amount of unpacking that I've seen, I think that we can trust that you are someone who likes to keep things in good visual order, which is important. If you look at have you had a time to review the Homeowners Association manual yet?
I frowned a little here, trying to sort of understand his way of reasoning and trying to find a way to meet him here. Yes, right. No, I have not. Thank you for bringing that over. We sort of took the day yesterday to get established, and that just took the energy out of us, so I didn't get time to have a look in it. But yes, of course, let's keep things tidy. I like that. Absolutely.
Good. I'm glad we didn't misunderstand each other. So meanwhile, up in Caden's room, he's trooped in the two kids, and they look at everything, and the Colt, the boy, says, "So you've got sports trophies. That's good."
Yeah. Oh, yeah, like, they're not anything amazing. I just, that one was for track and field. That one was for a hockey game, actually. Yeah.
Oh, well, that's good. It's good to have sports trophies. And then you look over and you see Anna's looking at your shelf full of robots. And she says, "Don't you think robots are a little weird?"
Well, not really, Anna. I mean, kind of, well, maybe. I don't know, they're kind of supposed to be. It's kind of why they're cool. I kind of go over and I'm a little...
Well, why would you like things that are supposed to be weird?
Well, don't you like things that are a bit weird? What do you like?
I like things that are normal. If you're gonna fit in around here, you can't... You better put these away before other people. I won't tell anybody at school that you have robots. But you don't want that to get out that you're a robot person.
I kind of frown a little. And I go, oh, I get it. Yeah, no, you know what? I don't actually care. And I'll be honest with you. I mean, hell, I prefer my old school. I don't know how this new school's going to be. People don't like me because I like robots, then so what? I don't really care.
You want to be disliked?
Well, no, but I mean...
Well, then shut up about the robots. Like, before anybody... I'm not going to tell on you. But before anybody else comes over, you better get rid of those robots, or you're going to be... I know what they're going to call you. They're going to call you Mr. Roboto. Do you want that to be your nickname?
I laugh, because I actually find that funny. And I'm generally a little... Who the hell is this? I was thinking she seemed okay, but I do not like her at all.
I'm just trying to warn you. I'm on your side here.
Oh, right. And I'm thinking in my mind, she's one of those. Great. And I go, oh, yeah, sure. And you know what? Yeah, I'll get rid of them. Thank you so much. You're a cool girl. Yeah. And I look at the boy. So, what do you do? Let me guess. Football?
Yeah, we play soccer. You shouldn't call it by that European name now. That'll make you seem weird.
Oh, yeah. Again, I'm really twitching a little at all this weird, like, what sort of... Oh, no, is this going to be like a weird... Are they really, really religious or something? Or are they really, like, all boring in this school? I kind of thought I'd be able to be a bit comfortable in a new school, because I generally get along with people, but now I'm thinking, I'm just going to have to... I don't know, whatever.
So, meanwhile, downstairs... Cora says to Jack, so have you found a church home yet?
I'm realizing that I'm drinking this faster than I intended, because how am I gonna survive this meeting with these guys? Well, maybe you have some recommendations for me. I'm sure you do.
Oh, well, we're Episcopalian. We can introduce you to our pastor.
Well, I've not been a churchgoer for a while.
Oh, well, you, even after, I'm surprised after such a terrible shock as losing your wife, I would think that you'd be anxious to give your son, the sense of community.
We prefer more modern means. Well,
there's nothing unmodern about the Episcopal Church.
Let me rephrase that then. Perhaps scientific solutions.
Oh, well, if we're not talking about, joining the Baptists. There's no conflict with science.
Okay.
It's all about community and fitting in.
Yeah. And this is do you go yourself then every week, or?
Yeah, yes, of course. That's where we I mean, it doesn't matter which church you go to. People around here just want to know you go to church.
I feel a bit unsure. I feel like I've always been a rational thinker, and Caroline sort of backed me up in that. I feel like she has been a bit of my rock in this,
But now you find yourself in this new place.
Yeah.
You don't have what you used to have before, and don't you want to have something to hold on to center yourself?
Yeah. Maybe that could be nice. Maybe that would be a way to meet more people here as well.
Absolutely. This is the core of community and there's an interfaith fellowship where you get to meet people from all different communities and get to know all the rest of your neighbors. Oh, and I nearly forgot my gift. I've got a couple of new additions to your family here. She opens up the box, and she's got a couple of sort of knitted rag dolls, and one of them sort of looks like sort of a mom, and then the other seems to be like a rag doll of a kid, and it's a little smaller. So this is for you and for Caden to sort of fill out your home while you're waiting for other people to enter your life.
I think to myself that these people are seriously, they are whacked in the head. They've got some kind of And I take that. Oh, these are lovely, Cora. You made these. You made these last night for us. Is that what you're saying?
Well, we keep them on hand.
To hand out to people that need filling out in their houses.
Exactly. Yes.
That is very considerate of you, Cora. And And
at this point, you see that your tumbler of bourbon is being refilled.
I have a bit more of it, and I go over and I put them sort of next to the stove there on the side. I'll put them over here to keep me company while I cook. How about that?
That's a very homey thought. And then, so after a while, the things sort of devolve more into sort of regular chit-chat for a while, and then finally, well, we won't keep you any longer. And they call up to the kids, and Colt and Anna leave Caden's room, and Anna just says, so just remember, I'm not going to say anything, but you better, take care of those robots.
Oh, I will, Anna. Oh, before you go, so did you know the people who lived here before?
The Burwells.
Yeah.
Yes, they were very nice. They weren't into anything. Ethan was around my age, around our age. He wasn't into anything stupid like robots, so he was good.
Oh, that's cool. And I smile because I'm quite good at reassuring people. And I'm thinking in my head, this girl is a total tool. I hate her.
And so they leave, and you head downstairs, and most unusually, your dad smells strongly of liquor. This is a new experience for you. And also there's these two hideous freaking yellow-orange rag dolls sitting near the stove. And you have make a sense trouble check.
You know what? I'm going to spend 1 point, taking my sense trouble from 8 to 7.
That's right. And then you add that to your d6 roll.
Which is a 6.
So you feel that there is something that there's something really wrong and freaky about those dolls. That they're somehow, it doesn't make any sense when you think about saying it out loud, but you're sure that those are trouble. There's something wrong with them.
I frown. I look at Dad. I look at the dolls. I go, "What the hell are those, Dad?"
I go over to the stove. I have my glass in my hand. And as I see him seeing me, and with that, I am almost going to hide it. But I don't. And instead I have a little sip of it, and I turn on the gas stove, and I take one of the flyers that they gave to me about that church, and I set fire to it on the stove, and I throw it into one of the empty kettles.
Set fire to the flyer?
Yeah. And I throw it into an empty pot.
Okay.
And I say, this is what I think about our new neighbors. Did you have a nice time?
No. The kid's a kid. She's like one of those, Dad, like one of those, like, oh, you have to like this, or you can't like that. Ugh.
One of those, let me guess, don't make a mess, don't stand out kind of people.
Actually, yeah. Oh, the parents like that as well. Oh no, we're not gonna have them over again, are we?
They're
weird people.
This is the kind of people that want to impose their lifestyle on others. Probably the first ones that come out to greet people. I'm guessing you will have more luck at school, son. I can guarantee you, as a matter of fact, that the people that are actually making any sense in this place are going to be the ones that we meet after a while. All right?
Okay. I go up to one of the dolls and I just sort of like...
Yeah?
I frown at it. I almost want to do something to it, but then I just sort of feel a bit unsettled and I don't. I could kind of leave it.
I take another sip of the glass and I see you looking at the dolls like... You wanna burn it as well?
I laugh, because it actually sounds like quite a fun idea, and then, again, just something makes me go, no, maybe later, Dad. Like, you okay? Shouldn't we be burning things in I don't know, you normally say get water out or something. You're quite cautious about that sort of thing.
Yeah. Well, they, and I take the glass and I take the bottle and I go to just pour it down the drain now. The rest of what's left of it. And yes, and I feel a bit guilty.
So are you pouring out the entire bottle of bourbon or just the bourbon in your tumbler?
The entire bottle. I pour out the bottle. Yes, son, I'm sorry. That was a stupid idea.
And so as you're pouring out the bottle, you see in the box that it's the price tag is this is $120. This is a very expensive bottle of whiskey there.
I kind of look at him as he does it and I go, okay. That seems a bit of a waste, isn't it?
And I stop sort of. I don't drink, son.
Yeah, but I don't know. I sort of shrug. I don't really seem that sort of, maybe a little concerned that you're drinking, but I'm not bothered either. I'm just my mind's on other things.
This is not about the bottle, son. And I actually turn to you and I look kind of serious, but you notice that I've been drinking. This is not about the bottle. This is about what people give you and who gives it to you. If someone that tries to change you gives you a gift, then that gift is a bribe. And I start pouring it out again. I
kind of say, okay. I'm not really getting the lesson. But I do go to my room and I look at my robots. And I just sort of don't take them down, but I just make a mental note. Don't mention it. Fine. I mean, I'm not inviting her over again, so what?
I shout after you. Maybe you could install some kind of a machine into these dolls, Maybe they could be robots too. What do you think?
I laugh and go, Dad, that would make them even more creepy.
And I don't like them standing there. I'll probably actually end up setting fire to them if I see them for just 1 minute more. I take them and put them into a side cupboard, just out of my sight.
So at that point, there's a lot of unpacking to do, and is there anything either of you want to do before night falls, other than just continuing to unpack the house?
I will again try texting Freya. I imagine I get no response.
And you're right, you get no response.
Well, let's go around the neighborhood. What do you say? Take a tour.
Now?
Yeah. I've got a few hours of sunlight left.
Alright. Fine.
I kind of feel that it'd be nice with some fresh air and to sober up a little bit, because I'm really not used to drinking. So let's go for a walk.
This is one of those neighborhoods. They have a sidewalk on only one side of the street. The expectation is this is not a neighborhood where people do a lot of walking. So you see cars drive by. They're all relatively expensive. There's a lot of SUVs and the occasional sports car. And you see as you walk past all of these houses, none of which are identical to yours, but all of them obviously the same style, same development, all very similar. And as you pass by, you see different curtains parting and people sort of discreetly looking out the windows and checking you out. And you become a little conscious of the fact that your stride is not as entirely sure as it usually is. That you do feel in your legs, you feel the bourbon hitting you.
And I try to straighten up and probably just end up overcompensating for it. But I try to look for some kind of familiarity, maybe someone out, something that I could relate to. I don't know, a sticker or anything.
Well, you do see somebody mowing his lawn. He's a sort of a thin, about your age, an African-American gentleman with tortoiseshell glasses, and he's sort of a little unusually well-dressed for someone who's doing lawn work, but he's mowing his lawn with an electric lawnmower, and he gives you a really friendly wave as you walk past.
Oh, that's nice. I wave back, and I stand there just for a little while, seeing if he turns off his...
And he does turn it off, and he comes over with his hand outstretched, and so you must be the Shirleys.
That's right. I'm Jack, and this is...
And you're Caden, aren't you? And he points it.
Yeah. Hi.
Well, welcome to the neighborhood. I'm sure you'll really enjoy living here on Candlewood Crescent.
And you are, I'm sorry, sir.
Steve Smith.
How do you do, Steve?
Very good, thanks.
Have you been living here for long then?
Yeah, I've been here for, I guess, my wife and I moved in, let's say 6 years ago, I would think.
Right. You're the first person I talked to after the official greeting of Ken and Cora, who were kindly enough to come over and...
Oh, did they got you the manual?
Yep, we got the...
Oh, that's good. And have you had a chance to review it yet?
No. I was planning to do it tonight.
Well, I really recommend... I hate to be that guy, but there are people here who are... I don't know, they're a little control freaky, and...
I could tell.
And, the whole legal status of a homeowners association, well, that's a whole subject that you don't want me to get into, but really just in order to get along and to not cause trouble, like I hear you're a car guy, for example. But, the Millers are kind of sticklers, and they're a little over-invested in the homeowners association agreement. So, just make sure that the garage door is closed if you're doing anything, where there's oil or making a mess. Because as you can see, it's a beautiful neighborhood, and people really value the sense of visual order here.
I hope I'm trying to sort of feel a bit more empathy maybe towards this guy who is maybe more on my side of things. I don't know, because he's not so... He's being pushed around.
And were they a little pushy with you about the whole church home thing?
Yeah.
Well, probably the best way is to just go to the ecumenical meetings, and no one will really know that there isn't a specific church that you're attached to, and that way people will know that you're trying to fit in, and there's a bunch of us who we just do the ecumenical meetings, and nobody really probes to. It's really all about maintaining an image of the neighborhood and a sense of community for people. Do you like barbecue?
Oh, I love a barbecue. Yes.
Oh well, I'll have to send over an invite. Would it be rude to ask you for your mobile number so I can send you an invite to our?
No. And I give him my mobile number, and I think this is kind of nice, and let him call me so I could get his back, and...
Oh, that's great. It's important that we all fit in here and that we're able to call each other in case of emergency or anything
perfect,
like that.
Perfect.
And maybe we can give you a bit... The Millers can be a little much.
Yeah.
But it is best to go along with them, and they really do mean well. And
do you live here with a family as well? Are you?
Yeah, I have my wife Sarah and our kids Aiden and Maggie.
All right. So no need for dolls then, and I see if he gets that reference.
No, we do not need the dolls. We're good.
Well, it's nice to meet you, Mr. Smith. I look forward to having a barbecue together, and
I look forward to that as well.
And we will probably start heading back now. Just thought we'd start taking a little bit of a tour.
I know fitting into a new place can be kind of difficult. Believe me, I know. And so if you ever, if you ever run into anything, that people, whether it's the Millers or anybody else, is being a little bit pushy or weird, just give me a ring and I'll sort things out. Just relax and trust in the process, and everything will really be fine. And I think you're really going to do great here.
Good. See you around, and I start moving back home then.
I've been frowning the entire time, looking bored, and the more this guy spoke, the more I don't feel happy. I'm not liking all this stuff. It's almost like I'm thinking of like an episode of The Twilight Zone I saw once. I don't like it.
So when you get back into the house, you see in the living room on the couch and on the armchair facing the couch. The dolls are one of them is sitting on the couch, one of them is sitting in the armchair, and they look a little bit bigger than when you last saw them.
I go in. Do you? I look at Caden. I look at the dolls. There's something off here.
Yeah. So, Dad, maybe, could we, go, not stay here tonight, maybe? Yeah.
I say hello, is there anyone here?
Make stability tests.
4.
1.
So you lose another 2 points of stability, so you're down to 3.
I start breathing heavily, and then I go... Dad, the house is haunted.
It's not haunted, son.
No, Dad, it is. I start telling him everything. I tell him everything that happened last night. I tell him every weird thing I'm feeling. I tell him about all the horror films I've watched over the last 3 or 4 years. And I just I'm panicking. I'm really upset.
Calm down, son. Are you sure about this with your robot?
Yes, something in my room, moved the robot, and it's throwing things, and that's what they do. It's like a
I
ghost,
go over to the bin where the
here.
robot is supposed to be. Is it there?
Yes, it is.
Well, the robot is right here, son.
I know I put it there now, but in the night, Dad, and now these things are moving, and I here's what I think. Maybe those millers, maybe they killed people who lived here, and now they're ghosts becoming, and they want to kill us. Maybe they want to kill us like the ghosts. I don't know, Dad.
Caden, they didn't kill anyone. Listen, I admit this is weird. The dolls, this is really weird. Probably, maybe someone has been here.
Look, I don't like it here.
I get that. I understand. I think is there a place we could? Is there another place we could spend the night? This is a bit.
Well, you can't go back to your old place. You've surrendered the keys there, and of course, you're running low on cash.
I can't afford staying in another place. I don't say this, but it's I kind of have to hold on to things for now. Look, maybe this is weird, but do you want to stay in the same bedroom? You could lie the other way. We're both in the same room. Is that okay, son? How about that?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah?
Fine.
You can bring whatever you want. Not the dolls. If you say the dolls.
I wasn't gonna. I do laugh a little. I wasn't gonna say. Look, okay, but I mean, can we just I don't like this place. Can we just what can you Okay, I get it. You can't just not have the house. I don't know. Can't we just have the old house back or something? Can you ask for it back? I don't know.
I know this is a lot to take in the first day first days we are here, but let's give it a few more days, right? Let's see how it is. I mean, it is a big house. It might have some weird history about it, but we'll change that. All right?
And in the films, they don't leave the house, and then
this
everyone
dies.
Son.
It isn't a film. Okay?
No, I'm actually.
This is
my stability is failing me. I'm tearing up a little. I am actually scared.
Yeah.
I don't.
I take you by the shoulders. Look here, son. We got a new house. We got some weird neighbors. Some maybe slightly less weird neighbors. I'm not allowed to work on my car with the garage door open. That's the rules. Maybe this place isn't perfect for us, okay? Maybe we don't have to stay here for that long. But things are a little bit upset right now. What with your mother passing away, and I look at you and I say, I've lost my job.
What?
I've lost my job, son. It's only temporary. I've got good credits. I've got good references.
Well, why did you lose your job?
Why did I lose my job?
There's just downsizing it. It's the financial crisis, and the guys on the top of the totem pole are getting big bonuses, and then they're cutting the the middle-ranking people.
Restructuring, son. There's nothing I could do about it. It's just the company downsizing, cutting down on the force. So nothing bad with me, and we have money to make do, but we might not be able to. I wish I could say let's go to a motel, for a few days, but this is kind of how it is. I got this house out of a bargain because.
A bargain, probably because it's haunted.
No, not because it's haunted, son. No. Because the other family had similar problems. Alright? Problems with their bank. I know this, okay? So, I wasn't honest with you yesterday. I'm sorry about that. If I didn't. I thought it didn't matter, okay? But there was no such thing as someone dying, as you might have seen on the films. There's no ghost here. It just, their bank didn't come through. Mortgage,
I just sort of nod, and I go and get my phone, and I try ringing Rhea.
Do you want to use my phone?
Yeah, actually, yeah.
And I let him have my phone.
And Raya picks up. Mr. Shirley?
Hey, no, it's me. It's Caden.
Oh, Caden, how are you enjoying your new place?
No. Oh, I've been trying to text you. Have you not even got any of them?
No, I did get this one weird text from you. I thought it was like a meme or something that I didn't get.
What did it say?
It said, I want to be normal?
Oh, right. No, that's a weird, some little glitch. Anyway, seriously, you're not gonna believe this. My house is haunted. I'm starting to walk away from.
Oh, that's really funny. So you moved into a haunted house?
Yeah. No, I did. It's not. Oh my god, I laugh because now that Ray is actually speaking to me, I'm feeling a bit better. No, it's not funny. Honestly, it's like Macy Miller. Do you remember she used to say she saw someone at the end of the bed? It's sort of like that. There's someone.
So who's haunting your house?
I don't know. I think the people who lived here before were murdered, but Dad says that's silly and the bank closed on them. Or it's the people who live, there's weird neighbours, there's this weird girl. She came in my room, right? And she was like, my robots, I don't make a big thing about them, but I enjoy them. She was like, oh, you like robots? Well, at school, we'd all make fun of you if you like robots. And of course, I didn't care, but can you believe that?
It is kind of nerdy.
Well, yeah, but who cares what people think? I don't care
what people think, but I mean, everybody's a little nerdy about something.
Exactly. And come on, it's not like I go into school wearing robot shirts or anything, I do other things. I do everything.
Well, you do have that one robot shirt.
Yeah, but that's a cool robot shirt. You're allowed.
That is a pretty cool robot shirt. You should wear that. You should wear that. Wear your robot fandom as a badge of honor. Screw those guys.
Yeah, I know, but I don't know. I don't really want to. I have a feeling that everyone in the school might be weird. Ooh, you have to be good, kids. I think we're in a really bad. I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know if there's anyone cool here. You know what I mean?
There's nobody as cool as me. That's for sure.
Yeah, no, I know. Oh, I smiling. I actually feel better at the talking to.
Well, look,
Ray.
you should. But there's no way your house is haunted. You're just freaking out because you're nervous about school. Everything's fine. If you look up that family, you're not going to find anything about, legally, a real estate agent in the state of New York has to tell you if there's been murders in the house.
I thought that. I did think that, yeah.
So,
I did.
Look it up on the internet. I'm sure no one was murdered. Everything's fine. You're just
we haven't
freaking
got
out.
any internet, Raya. That's why I can't text you properly.
Well, go to the library or something.
Actually, that's a good idea.
Yeah, a physical brick and mortar library. That they might have one of those.
That's a good idea. Yeah. Oh, and yeah, before you go, no, seriously, it is haunted. But look at this. And I go downstairs, and I say, "Hang on, I'll ring back, and I'll send this." I hang up. I take a photo of the dolls.
And they seem bigger again.
And I send the photo to her, and I ring her back. So yeah, like, look, did you get the photo? Like, they sent us these weird dolls. Like, I mean, okay, you have to admit the neighbors are probably.
Did you text me the photo, or did you put it up on Facebook, or where's the photo?
Oh, did you? I sent it to you. Did you not get it?
No, I haven't got a photo from you.
Oh.
I mean, is this photo from you? This photo of the lady and the girl who looks like your daughter?
Wait, what do you mean a girl who looks like my daughter?
Well, not your daughter. You don't have a daughter, but it looks like her daughter. It looks like a mom and a daughter. I just thought this was like a random ad or something that was from you.
Yeah, Rhea, they're dolls, like little made of like patchwork.
No, it's like an advertising picture, like a stock photo with like a perfect mom and a perfect daughter. That's what. Okay, obviously it's not the same thing. I just got some weird stock photo.
No, hang on. I'll do it one more time. You try sending me that picture as well.
Okay.
Hang up. I now go. I pick up one of the dolls. I sort of hold it by its leg, and sort of shake it around in front of me and take a picture of me flailing around this doll. And I send that to her. And then I ring.
And so you get a photo back from her, and it looks, it's like a central casting sort of stock photo of a mom and a daughter sitting on a couch and an armchair, except it's your couch and your armchair and your living room. But it's these sort of ostentatiously perfect looking mom and daughter in the shot.
Right. Okay. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. I ring. Hey! I got your photo. Yeah. Yeah, that must be an ad. But I sent you the proper photo, with me holding one of these dolls.
No, it was just I got another picture with a slightly different pose, and like somebody's finger was sort of like, it was weird because looks like a beautiful professional stock photo, except there's a thumb over part of the lens, which is really peculiar. I can send this to you. I don't know what's going on with your. Do you have some sort of problem with your phone? Are you
I do. Yeah, Rhea. Okay, it was really good talking to you. Are you gonna like your parents away? Like, could I stay over soon, maybe?
Oh, well, they're not into that. They think we're going out. They're not gonna let you.
Yeah. I obviously remembered that, but I was kind of in my panic state, kind of forgot that little fact. I was like, yeah, no.
Okay, just don't get weird about that, okay? But no, that's not going to be a thing.
Of course. No, sorry, I didn't mean it like that. I'm now really embarrassed.
No, I know you didn't mean it about that, so don't get weird about not being weird about it, okay? Just don't be weird about it, and don't be weird about being weird about it, okay?
I'm full of so much teenage, confusion.
I'm sure everything's fine. You'll go to the library. You'll find out nothing's going on. I don't know what I think you're kind of tripping out, but everything's going to be. There's no such thing as haunted houses or ghosts. That's not a thing.
Yeah, sure. Okay, great. All right, Rhea. Thank you. I'll hopefully see you soon. I hope. So
at this point, you've had this semi-reassuring phone call. Now what do you do?
I mean, yeah, okay. I'll try and play some video games, and as the evening comes, I'll sleep in Dad's room. Just, at least. That way, surely nothing can happen. Maybe Ray is right, maybe I'm overreacting, I just don't think I'm gonna like any of these people here, maybe that's it. But, I mean, I swear I saw what I saw. I'm not stupid. Ugh.
So you're both sleeping in the same room, and is there any other precautions you take?
Well, I have kept sort of unpacking things, maybe getting things, but I don't really like that these dolls were actually moved about in here while we were gone. So obviously someone has come into the house and done this. I don't know if it's creepy Cora that is up to no good. Maybe it's some sort of neighborhood key that the previous homeowner handed over and I wasn't aware of this. So if anyone plans to come into the house during the night, I'm thinking of what I could do. Maybe I don't want to spook my son either. But I have to be frank with him here and say this, that yeah, so the dolls were moved and that maybe someone has been in here and I don't like it. And we'll have to talk to Ken and Cora tomorrow about who could possibly have a key and if they have one. But for now, we're gonna have to go to bed, and Daddy might keep a baseball bat by the bed.
Okay. And I kind of settle into bed, and I kind of just remark, it's kind of weird, isn't it? Because, like, they've got a mum, dad, 2 kids, and the other guy was like, mum, dad, 2 kids, and then, like, these dolls make us a family with mum and dad and 2 kids. It's a bit weird, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. It's as if they're trying to make us fit into their perfect, exact thing, I say. And I sit there and I have a book sort of leaning at my chest in bed. Not really reading, thinking about this. What are we supposed to do with them? What do you think? What do we do with these dolls?
I don't know. I mean, you don't want to... I kind of am going through a lot of horror film scenarios where, like, if we burn them, maybe they'll attack us or something.
I should have burned them. Yeah.
No, Dad, don't do that. No, don't do that. How about you just leave them for now? Like, I mean, like, they're just dolls, right? So,
Yeah. Yep. Well. Just, if you gotta go to the toilet, you can wake me up, it's fine.
No, I'll be alright. Good night. I just sort of want to go to bed. I turn him in my sleeping area. I try and get to sleep.
Yeah.
Okay, so make health tests to see how readily you drop off to sleep. And you can spend any number of
6.
health. Okay, you're out like a light.
I'll spend 2 points to fall asleep easy, because I really want to sleep. But I still roll a 1, so I get 3.
So you're sort of fitfully sleeping. You're kind of drifting off, and then you hear on the door.
On the bedroom door or the outside?
On the bedroom door.
And I get unnerved.
Honey, would you like some herbal tea before bed?
Did I just hear that? And I turn on the light. And
the door to your bedroom is closed.
And I wait and I listen.
Honey, would you like some herbal tea?
Do I recognize this voice?
You don't.
Who's there?
It's me. Do you want tea or not?
I look at Caden. Is he asleep still?
He's sound asleep. He's zonked.
Is this some kind of joke? And I get annoyed. This is... I'm not... If there is some kind of trick going on here, I'd better take the baseball bat. Someone's trying to lure me out. And maybe I'm taking the bat and I'm heading over to the door.
Okay.
To open it.
So you open it?
Yeah.
And there's no one there.
Should I roll for stability?
Sure.
I get a 1.
So your stability drops from 8 to 5.
Hello? It's those dolls. It's those fucking dolls. I get annoyed. I get really angry now. And I go, I'm going over to down the stairs and over to the living room where those dolls were.
Caden, roll sense trouble.
2.
Okay, so you're still sound asleep, and so Jack, you've gone downstairs to where the dolls are, and
lighting up as I go down the stairs, lights and
you see the daughter doll, which is now bigger yet again, is still in the living room, but the mom doll is not in the living room.
Now, where the hell did you go? And I grab the daughter doll in the other hand. I have the baseball bat still. I'm really unnerved here. I haven't been sleeping well either. And
the daughter doll seems to sort of writhe a bit under your grip. Make a stability check.
3.
So you lose another 2 points of stability. Your stability is down to 3.
I flinch, and I drop it on the floor, and I look at it.
And it's just lying there.
And I take the baseball bat, and I push it down on it.
And it's just the normal effect you would expect from a baseball bat being ground into a rag doll.
Who the hell is messing? I take the doll and I try to open it to see what's inside. Is there some kind of battery? Maybe there's some kind of mechanism or something.
So it's so tightly shut. Do you cut it open?
Yeah, I go up to the kitchen now to find a knife.
You see that the kettle is on, and it starts whistling on the element. So the element is on, and a kettle is on, and it's just started to boil. And there's 3 cups with herbal tea bags in them sitting out on the counter beside the kettle.
I didn't say I wanted tea. Look around for the other doll.
She's sitting in one of the kitchen chairs.
Bigger still as well?
Bigger still.
And I go over to grab her as well. And then I take both dolls and I take out a knife and a cutting board.
Okay.
And I start cutting the daughter one open to see if there's some kind of mechanism inside or something.
Okay, so make a scuffling test.
I spend 2, taking it with a very firm grip here.
Mm-hmm.
And pushing down the knife on it.
And what was your total?
6. So
you've stabbed the daughter doll with the knife.
Yes.
And at that point, the other doll clobbers you from behind. So you're hit on the head with the boiling kettle, and you lose 2 points of health. So your health drops to 4, and you're staggering around. And at that point, the daughter doll, who's you've been sort of pushed off of her, she reaches into the knife drawer and grabs a apple core and hurls it at you.
I scream out in pain from the boiling water and the heat, and I scuffle backwards on the ground, away from them.
And the apple core gets flung at you, and it pierces. It sort of impales you, sort of just below the throat. So you've got an apple core stuck just sort of above your clavicle, and you've lost. So you're down to 1 health. So once you get down to 0, bad things start to happen.
I scream again, and no sensible words are coming out, and I try to get back towards the door and to close it.
So you're out of the kitchen, and you've slammed the kitchen door shut.
And I just stand there and I push against it.
And there's nothing pushing back on the other side.
And I have this stuck in me.
Yep.
And I think, oh, shit, I don't know if this is safe to pull out. Shit, what the hell just happened? I gotta get to the hospital. I gotta get out of the house. Caden?
So you hear your dad's voice, and you're woken up from a sound sleep.
Yeah?
get dressed. We're getting out of here.
Oh, I get out of the bed. I look really confused. I kind of do go and get my clothes on, like, as I'm doing it, like, what's wrong? Where are you?
I'm at the kitchen.
I get dressed. Very quickly, I stumble down. I look at him, and I'm like, Dad, what the hell?
And you see me there, sort of pushing the door, having an apple core pushed into my chest.
Oh my God, Dad, what happened?
I was gonna have an apple, son. I slipped, alright? I slipped. I fell on the apple core. We gotta get out of here. I gotta get to the hospital.
Now, Caden, you have the investigative ability bullshit detector, and you can tell that your dad is not telling you the truth.
Yes, what the hell, Dad? You fell on an apple core? That's stupid. I'm not a kid. What happened? Why are you holding the kitchen door?
And I stumble away from it. Come on, son. And I pat my pajama for my keys. Shit, they're probably up in my normal trousers.
I look around the room at this point, looking for where the dolls were before.
So there's no dolls in the living room.
Where are the dolls, Dad?
Just hold the door. They're in the kitchen, okay? Just don't let them out of the kitchen. And now you see a bit of panic on my face as I go up the stairs to go find my keys.
I go and hold the door. I'm like, what?
And then I come rushing down the stairs with the keys in hand, and I go, come on, let's get out of here.
Okay, fine. And I almost want to look into the kitchen, and I don't. And I follow after him. I don't know what's going on.
So you get into the car.
I'm gonna try to drive to the nearest hospital.
The car doesn't start.
Shit. And I try again and again. And I just hit the wheels, and we have choices. And I get out and I get into the garage to get one of my older cars.
And you see that all of the gas tanks of the other cars, there's like gobbets of yarn pouring out of all of your different gas tanks. It's the same sort of orangey yellow yarn that the dolls were made of.
Dad, what's happening?
Hey, can I get to one of the cars? Shit.
You can get to them, but you can tell that none of them have any gas in them.
I panic, you know. We're not getting out there. We're not getting the car. Oh shit, I have his number. And I take up the phone and I try to call Mr. Smith, and
yeah, who's this? Hello?
It's me. It's Mr. Shirley. It's Jack. I'm sorry.
Jack, what's going on?
There's something going on at the house. My car won't start, and I fell, and I've hurt myself. Would you be able to take me to a hospital?
Well, I'll certainly take a look at you. Yeah, come on over.
Okay. And as he's been speaking, I've been pacing quite quickly, holding Caden. Or at least I started holding you by the arm, but maybe you tore free. I don't know.
I'm letting you take me along. I'm sleepy. I'm confused.
I'm dragging you along then, basically, and I click the phone, and I think to myself, maybe it's just good just to get out of the house. Maybe who's kind of sensible, he'll have a look at me. I don't even remember his first name. Steve will have a look at me. Maybe we could even sleep at their place. Something's clearly just wrong with my house.
So Steve is waiting for you out on the porch?
And I come over with a bit of a panic, obviously a bit of blood.
Jeez, you've got an apple core stuck in you. What the hell happened?
I was going up in the middle of the night, and it's stupid, really. I don't know.
I know it's going to be stupid. You have an apple core in you, but by what stupid mechanism did you get an apple core stuck in you?
What if I tell you like this? One of the dolls picked it up and threw it at me. All right, there we go. So let's see. Do you think you can get this?
Say what? I mean, I can patch you up. I don't know if I mentioned this before, but I'm a paramedic. It looks bad, but there's.
I don't know. Is it safe to pull out?
Yeah. It's clearly just a flesh wound. Didn't get an artery, or you would know. So, and it's gonna. I'll just apply a topical anesthetic, and then you're gonna want to look away. Come into my workshop. I got my first aid kit. Everything's fine. Don't worry. But it sounds like you're having a stress reaction to something, to be honest. But anyway, so he sits you down and he puts a topical anesthetic on it, and he's wearing gloves, latex gloves, and he pulls it out and he puts a bandage on it, and he sort of stops the bleeding, and then he quickly sews a couple of stitches in, and so he restores some health points. You're back up to 4 health.
I'm frowning the entire time, eyeing my dad very skeptically.
Steve sort of looks over at you. Is your... This is going to be a little forward, but I'm, a medical professional. Have you been having stress issues lately, or do you sometimes... Are you having perceptual difficulties? Are you seeing things that maybe aren't there?
I've gone through some stressful times. I've told my son I've recently I'm in between jobs, and my wife passed away, and there's been a few things.
Well, let me tell you that the mind can play tricks. It's the middle of the night. Here's an interesting bit of trivia for you, that next to a death in the family, moving house is the most stressful thing anyone could possibly do. So you've had the most stressful thing in your life, and now the second most stressful thing. It's the middle of the night, and you're not an experienced drinker, and I know you finished that bottle of Willets. So let's head on over to your place, and we'll just see what's up with the dolls, because I promise you, those are just Cora's weird-ass, freaky-looking, unattractive craft projects, and there's no way that either one of them stuck an apple core in you. She definitely didn't throw an apple core and stick it in you. That's the laws of physics prevent that. No one, Arnold Schwarzenegger, could not throw an apple core into you like that. So, you're patched up, and let's head on over to your place, and I'm going to show you that everything is normal.
Okay.
I don't want to start an argument with him. I know what happened. I know what happened. I mean, it doesn't make sense. I'm a rational person. I don't believe in dolls throwing apple cores either. So there you go.
So it's got to have been a perceptual thing. Goodness knows what's happened, but it's not dolls throwing things. That's physically impossible. So let's go back to your place. Check it out. You're going to see the dolls are in their normal place. Everything's going to be normal.
Yes, of course. Thanks. Thank you. This was... You're obviously very, very good at this. Thank you.
And so he takes you back to your place, and there, sitting in the living room, one on the armchair, one in the couch, back to the original normal size, are the 2 dolls.
They're small again.
They're small again.
I run up to one immediately and just sort of poke it.
Well, it just seems normal.
Hey, mister, no offense, but we definitely didn't have them here, so someone's been in the house and moved them?
I think both of you guys are just under a boatload of stress. So, I'm gonna, take my, neighborly prerogative here as a friendly neighborhood paramedic, and I have a couple of Xanax for both of you. And I think what you both need is a deep, deep night's sleep. So let's head up to your bedrooms. I'll administer the sedative, and you guys are going to wake up tomorrow, and everything's going to be normal.
Yeah, no, that's fine. I don't need any. I was sleeping fine until Dad woke me, so I'm fine.
You clearly could use... I'm just looking at you, kid, and I think you need some sleep, too.
No, I'm all right, Dad.
Yeah, no, he doesn't need it. It's me. It's probably me. I'm just being a bit of stressed. So yes, you do what you think is best. I don't know. I go up and I look into the kitchen. Is the kettle on the floor or anything spilled out there?
No, the kettle is put away in its normal place. The mugs with the herbal tea are gone. The drawer with the that the apple core was grabbed out of is closed as it ought to be.
No, it's true what he says. I think it's this to myself. It's true what he says. I mean, I couldn't. No one could have thrown an apple core. Like
I mean,
that.
you didn't. And he looks at Caden. You didn't see a doll throw an apple core into him, right?
Well, no, I was asleep.
Because that's not a thing that happens.
Well, I know that. What an idiot,
Right. So
sir.
exactly. So we're all agreed here. Nothing weird happened.
Yep, nothing weird happened. Because it couldn't have, so let me just have a look in the garage. I thought I heard something in there before, so I'll just have a look and I'll go in there now.
Okay, so you go into the garage.
And I look for the yarn.
It's not there.
I am stressing out. I'm seriously stressing out. I need to see Dr. Chen tomorrow, I think, to myself. And I go up and I let him do whatever he needs to do.
So he gives you a nice hit of sedative, and you drop off into a deep, deep sleep.
I don't take the sedative, but I'll go back into bed, and I'm a little unhappy, but I'll go fine. All right, I'm going to bed.
And I'll say this as we sort of go to sleep and I doze out. I'm sorry, Caden. It's I'm sorry. I just stress out.
I whispered just before, and as soon as the doctor's gone, like, no, Dad, you said they attacked you. That sounds normal to me. Yeah, they're probably, like, I don't know, possessed or evil or something. I saw the yarn.
And I sort of drop off, I think.
And I see this, and I just, I turn to go to sleep.
And are you staying in his room, or are you going back?
Yes, I'm staying in his room.
So you find yourself unable to sleep.
I toss, I turn.
And all of a sudden, you hear a Britney Spears song blasting at full volume down the hall.
It's not something I was expecting. I sort of stand upright and go to the door and just peek outside.
And you see there's light coming from one of the bedrooms that you haven't put anything in yet. There's like a couple extra bedrooms that you didn't do anything with, and there's light pouring from one of those bedrooms.
I go back to the bed and try and wake Dad up.
He's not getting up.
Oh.
He's out.
I go out into the hallway, sort of shivering a little, and I go, could you just turn it down a little? I'm trying to sleep. And then I go straight back into my room, back into bed, and close my eyes.
And you hear, "Oh, sorry," and the sound goes down, but you can still hear it.
I close my eyes. I want to go to sleep. I want to go to sleep. I want to go to sleep really badly.
So you're just hearing the backbeat of the music now, just enough that it's still, that you're focusing on it. You can't go back to sleep.
How long does it go on for?
It's still going.
I get out of bed. I open the door. I go to the room.
And your sister's in the room, and she's still listening to the music. And
so I open the door, and I see what.
You see your sister lying on the bed, and she's scrolling through her phone, and the music is going, and she's kind of bopping her head to the music. And
I kind of inwardly sort of feel really sick. How does this person look?
If you had a sister who is maybe like a couple years younger than you, this is what she would look like. There's a strong family resemblance.
Right, that's great.
But she favors her resemblance to you is like from your dad's looks, your dad's side of the family. She doesn't look like your mom.
So I'm really freaking out. As I'm freaking out, I just sort of say, "Hey."
Oh, hey, sorry. Can you still hear this? I thought this house would be better soundproofed.
No, it's not.
Oh shit! Sorry. And she gets up and she turns the music off. I lost my my earbuds, but so I'm really sorry to wake you up.
That's fine.
This is a great neighborhood, isn't it?
No.
Everything's going to be wonderful here.
No, it's awful.
What's awful about it?
Everything.
Oh, just because they make fun of your robots.
No,
You're proud to be a robot fan, aren't you? You got to stand up for yourself.
I'm actually a little caught off guard by this. I'm like, yeah, but I'm really down because, my mum died.
That's tough that we lost Mom, but, Deanna, she's pretty cool. We can get along with her.
Yeah, we lost Mum, right. What was Mum's name again? Remind me.
Caroline.
Good night.
Night, Caden. Sorry to wake you.
I close the door. I go back to my bed. I lie back in my bed. I close my eyes. Can I please go to sleep now? In fact, actually, I look. Is any of that stuff lying around? The Xanax or whatever Dad took.
Yep.
Yeah. Let's take some of that. Wonderful. I saw him take it. One pill, right? Brilliant. I have it. I want to go to bed. I want to go to bed now.
So you pass out. Then in the morning, you both sort of groggily come to. There's a smell wafting all around you. The smell of bacon. And you can sort of smell maybe sort of some scrambled eggs. It smells really great. And you hear like Sarah Vaughan, some classic jazz vocals coming down from the kitchen.
How is my mind? Do I feel is this real?
You sort of have this feeling that you can that you have the option to embrace what's going on. That you can choose to accept it as real.
And I look at Caden and I see him sort of waking up as well.
Yeah.
I wake up, I smell this breakfasty smell, I just stare at Dad.
And I look at him like, it smells pretty good.
No, it doesn't, Dad. I lean over. Dad, right, okay, I get it now. They're like, there's like, did you see remember the film Pod People? Invasion of the Pod People? It's that. It's like that, Dad. Let's smile. What we're gonna do, smile. Say hello to the zombie doll lady who'll be downstairs with her breakfast, and then can we drive the car? Act calm, Dad, nice and calm, and let's just go. Let's just go anywhere. I don't care. I don't care. Anywhere.
Yeah, calm down. I know. I'm still me. All right. I'm still me.
Yeah.
So,
I know.
Yeah. So we can play along here. Or we can resist.
No, let's play along and just get out and just go, like anywhere. Like doctor, you had that doctor. Let's stay with her, or like your cousin Bertie, or anyone, Dad. Just for just until they go away. They'll go away, right?
Let's yeah. Let's play along, and then maybe try to go to Bertie. Yeah? Is that what you think we should do?
Yeah. That sounds great. Okay.
But how about let's have some breakfast first and did you sleep?
I took one of the things.
You took one of the Xanax?
Yeah, because the sister one's in the bedroom, and I think they wanna, like, it's like they make you happy or something, and if we go along with it, they won't kill us. Maybe, I don't know. I'm very clearly really upset and really overactively thinking this.
I'm putting my feet on the floor, and I said, "Do you know what happened last night? Do you want me to tell you what happened? What happened?"
You said the things that they attacked you. Why did they attack you? Yeah, tell me why.
When I woke up, I heard a voice asking if I wanted herbal tea. Outside of the door. And then one of the dolls was making herbal tea. Whereas the other one was sitting still in the living room, and I'm thinking to myself, this is some kind of machinery perhaps. I don't know. Maybe some sophisticated kind of robot. I tried to cut one open, and then they attacked me.
Well, there you go, Dad. Yeah.
And then what?
Duh.
Are you saying?
You don't want to attack them. They'll try and kill us.
Are you saying that you saw one of them during the night? And was it still a doll?
No, it's a person now.
It's a person.
Go downstairs, you're going to see a woman, and she's probably going to be nice, and there'll be a nice sister, and they're nice, and it doesn't make any sense, Dad. I know, I don't, but all I know is if we just go, it'll be fine. It'll be fine if we just go. Let's do that.
Wait.
Dad.
We need,
Dad,
how,
let's do it, please.
What are we going to say?
Hi, we're going for a nice holiday. Bye, guys.
No, we're going to buy you a new pair of something.
Yes. Yeah.
We have some breakfast, and we're going to go to buy you a new pair of something. And if they want to come along, we'll play along still. We'll bring them along. Hell, we'll even bring them to Bertie.
No. They might. Don't do that. What are you talking about? Dad. No. They might even not be the dolls. Maybe they're like cultist people. Maybe, I know, actually, that makes a lot more sense. Maybe they're cultist people. Maybe like the Millers have like a cult, and they get people to mess with your head. I don't know. Let's just smile. Thank you. And we just go. And we never come back here. You can get another job, right? It's easy. Just you go and get a job. I don't know, Dad, come on.
I got you. Get dressed.
I seem really relieved that Dad believes me and everything's gonna be fine. And good.
And I just rub my forehead, and I take off on my clothes, and I go down to the kitchen and see what is going on now.
So there's a woman about your age, kind of attractive, and there's a teenage girl, and they both kind of look like, the girl looks like you a little, and the woman is making breakfast, and the sun is streaming through the windows. It's a beautiful fall day outside. You see a neighbor across the street has a leaf blower going, but weirdly it's not an annoying sounding leaf blower, and the bacon smells really tantalizing, and she's got sun-dried tomatoes and the eggs the way you like them, and you smell coffee on the boil, and everything is just seems really idyllic, and she's playing Sarah Vaughan, classic jazz vocals, and oh hey honey, I got breakfast started, take a seat.
Hello? Honey, where did you sleep last night?
Oh, I couldn't get to sleep, so I was watching TV a bit, and moving is very stressful.
And I look at them sort of examiningly, like trying to get a grip with this situation and what my mind or what my gut feeling is saying about this. When I see my would-be daughter, do I feel anything?
You feel like you can choose to feel something. You have the option of embracing this as real.
I think my concern for Caden sort of wins me over here towards the other way. I care more for him because I know that he's my son.
So you see how perfect everything looks, and it looks sort of too perfect, like you've stepped into a scene from an exquisitely photographed commercial or movie or something. It just looks realer than reality, and the bacon smells better than bacon has ever smelled, which is saying something because bacon smells amazing.
Ooh, and it's hard to resist. Only thing keeping me here.
It's really smells, and that coffee smells so good, and you could really use a coffee.
I could really use a coffee.
So make a stability test.
Yeah. I roll a 1.
You go over and you take the coffee and you sit down. It's the best coffee you've ever had. And your wife places the bacon and eggs in front of you, and there's a nice brown multigrain toast, and you just sort of focus on spreading your butter onto the toast and seeing how it melts in, and just everything seems fine for the first time ever.
I come in, I sort of grab a piece of toast, I eat it. It tastes good, sure. And I go, so yeah, Mum, Diane, whatever your name is, Dad's gonna take me to the shoe store, so we're gonna go and buy some new shoes. So we're gonna be going. Sorry about that. I'm sure the dinner's great. Hey,
so Dad, you really want him to sit down and...
Have some eggs too, Caden. It's not that bad. We'll just...
No, it's alright, Dad, I'm not hungry.
We'll get your shoes.
I really want to get the shoes.
Just have something proper to eat. Maybe we'll go for a nice long drive. What do you think?
Yeah, that's fine. Great. I sit down and I sort of eat this food.
And as you eat the food, you taste the bacon, and it's the best bacon ever. You taste the eggs, and it fills you with a sense of wholeness and happiness like you've never felt before. And just suddenly everything is great, and you look over at your sister and you remember how she's really helped you through the death of your mom, and then you look over at Deanna and how great she's been all this time.
Yeah. Can I roll bullshit detector?
You can make a bullshit. You can make a spend of your bullshit points. You can spend 2 points, will allow you to resist all of these.
Yes, I spend 2 points, as I do feel this sudden, maybe it's not, and I just suddenly just feel it's in my stomach. Just no, especially when I think about the memory of her helping with Mum. She didn't help with Mum. She didn't exist. She's not my sister. I roll 4 plus 2 is a 6.
So you are. You didn't even need to make that roll. The bullshit detector spend gave you everything you needed, and so you're able to resist this. But you can see that your dad is fully under the spell. So what do you do?
I take in a deep breath. I go. I finish the meal because I finished it. Gee, Dad, thanks. That was really a good meal. So yeah, the long drive. I'm really looking forward to it. Can we go now, please?
I'm thinking maybe we could do that tomorrow, and we could spend this day together here at the house.
No, I really would like to do it now.
Your sister could use your help unpacking her things as well.
Oh, she's fine. No, Dad, I really would like it now. I tell you what, though, because if you do this now, then I'll the thing you wanted me to do, I'll do it. Yeah, I'll do all the things. If I just 10 minutes, I just really need to clear my head, and I'll feel better. Please, you promised, and you said. A man always keeps his word. You've said that loads of times, Dad, and I never hold you to that. This is the one time. Come on, you said... What's a 10-minute drive?
10-minute drive. What do you think, Diane?
A drive would be lovely. I'll just clean up here, and we'll all go for a lovely family drive together.
All right, I'll...
No, Diane, it's fine. It's because, I'll be honest with you, Diane, you're so good, so good. I want to talk to Dad about Mum. And you've said... That's not your business, because you're so good, and a good person wouldn't butt in on things like that. Butt in, what a bad word. No, I mean, you know what I mean, Diane.
Oh,
you're cool.
You seem very stressed out. Let's all go together on a family outing. There's some lovely leaves this time of year. We can all go look at the leaves together.
No, Dad promised alone. He promised. He promised.
I don't think he did promise that.
He did. You weren't there, Diane. Sorry. You weren't there, so it's fine.
Jack, I think he's sort of exaggerating something you said. Right?
I'm not sure I made exactly that promise. It it was...
I think it's important here in the new home that we all
You-
feel a sense of togetherness.
Yeah.
You know, Diane, you're right. You're so right. You're right. You know what? Let me have one final drive with my dad, and then you're right. We'll come back. I'll clean my room. I'll do the thing you wanted me to do, and all that. I'll be fine. And if I am bad, then Dad, you can punish me. You know. But 10 minutes with just my dad. Is that so much to ask for?
I don't want to punish
Diane?
you. There is... Okay. One thing you can do for me. You know, I haven't read this through completely. If you read aloud to me and I hold up the neighborhood thing while we drive, we'll go for a drive and you'll read this for me. Will you do that?
Yes. Yes, I will.
So, what will you be doing today? And I turn to my daughter. Do I know her name now?
Her name is Mindy.
Did I know that?
You do now that you think about it.
So, what will you be doing today, Nindy?
Well, like you said, I'll be finishing moving in, and we were talking about maybe finding a new wallpaper color for my room, so I thought I'd look through wallpaper swatches.
Good. Make sure you picked something out before I get back.
Sure thing, Dad.
And I think about it like, do I have work tomorrow?
Yeah, you're starting a new job tomorrow.
I am.
You're working for the for the property development.
Fantastic. I'm looking forward to that as well. Well, okay, let's go for a drive, and you can read from the community instruction manual as we go.
That sounds great, Dad. That's really great. Thanks, Diane. You're the best. And I run up the house. As I run up the house, I quickly go to get my dad's phone, because I know where it is. I go and I look up the number for Cousin Bertie. And I ring him.
Yo, Bert here.
Hey, it's me. It's me.
Oh, Caden, how you doing?
I'm doing good, man. Is father coming out at
Yes,
this
he
point?
is.
So here's a funny thing, Bert. You know that we just moved to a new place, right? Like a day or two ago.
Yeah, of course.
And you know that I don't have a sister, right?
What do you mean?
I'm just saying, like, that would be a weird thing for me to tell you that I have a sister and a woman called Diane who lives with my dad. That'd be a weird...
Yeah, that would be weird.
I thought so. Right, hang on. I'll call you back. Hey, Dad, so where's the manual?
Right here. And I hand this
good.
over to you, and so we're going?
Yeah, let's go, can we go to that, like, burger place I used to really like?
Ooh, you just had breakfast.
Yeah, I'm really hungry. Let's go. I'm really impatient.
A strange mood today. I thought we were going to get you shoes.
Oh yeah, shoes, whatever. Let's just go.
Yeah.
We go.
Yeah. And I start the engine. I'm a bit worried about him now. Like, something's... He's not acting as his usual self. He's been weird to both his sister and Diane.
So do you start reading the Homeowners Association manual?
No, I don't. I'm waiting. I'm sort of waiting, like, looking around, like, how long did it seem to take us to get out of the neighborhood? To, like, what's outside the neighborhood?
Oh, well, it looks like you've gone back around.
Oh, we're back in the neighborhood.
Yeah.
Oh, Dad! What are you just circling around?
We're gonna go for a 10-minute drive.
Yeah, but away from here. Like to the park, or could we go to the mall? Or, like, we need to go get shoes. This place doesn't sell shoes. We need to go to a shop to buy shoes, right?
I don't think you need shoes. Those look fine the way you have them. I know.
I take off one of my shoes and throw it out the window and go, oh no, need some new shoes, Dad.
What is wrong with you? And I stop the car and I look around for traffic.
Dad, fine. It's not real. Not real. The woman. Where did you meet her, Dad? Where'd you meet Diane? In the last 2 days, because Mum died, and then you haven't seen anyone, and now suddenly in 2 days, who's Diane?
And you can see that the neighbors have all come out to out onto their lawns, and they seem worried about this scene that's going on. Presumably, I'm going to stipulate here that Jack has stopped the car, and the neighbors are all coming toward you, Caden, with a look of concern on their face. Someone is calling 911,
Dad, do you remember what you said? You said when people offer you a thing, a good thing, and make you be something you're not, it's a bribe. And you threw away the bottle. Do you not remember that? Is that gone?
No, I think I remember that.
Please, just remember that. Just remember it. Remember how you felt.
And I felt...
Please.
And they were dolls.
Yes! Drive! Dad, drive! Just drive. Just gently. I'm not saying go crazy. Let's just drive. And then 20 minutes from now, if we drive away...
Steve and Ken are coming toward you, and Cora, and I say, you have a chance to pick a perfect, beautiful, normal life. What's better? A world with evil dolls? Or a lovely world where you are loved and Jack has a job tomorrow? You don't want to ruin your dad's life like this, do you, Kate? You don't want to be all alone without a family, do you, Kate? You don't want to be weird, do you?
I want fucking reality! You fucking weird fuckers! Dad, drive!
I drive.
So you drive to your cousin Bert's?
I try to get out of the community and drive to Birdie, yes.
And I just look relieved, and I just slump it, and I go, drive, Dad, please, thank you. If it's all, you don't like it, we can come back, but just for now, please. And I'm crying, and I watch behind as we're sort of driving away, and I watch what these people are doing.
And they're just sort of looking at you wistfully as you go.
I'm just quiet. I'm just sitting there, and I know I'm confused. I'm not sure what's real anymore. I just drive. I feel my son panicking, but I drive.
So you arrive at Cousin Bert's, and you're clearly very shaken up. What do you say to Bert?
I get out and I close the door, and I go over to him and I say, Bert, listen, we've had some very stressful days. We're trying to settle into a new community, but the strangest things were happening, and they were a bunch of religious fanatics. We just can't stay. I'm sorry.
Oh, geez, that's crazy. Well, Madge is going to get pissed if you stay for too long. But for tonight, I can put you in the guest room. I mean, it's going to be cramped, the two of you. I can roll in a cot.
Oh, thanks, Bert. We'd really appreciate that.
And so we cut to you're settling in for the night. And you drift off to sleep, and now that you're safe and away from all the craziness, even without the aid of Xanax, a Xanax-like sleep descends upon you. And then the next morning, you wake up in your house on Candlewood Crescent, smelling bacon wafting up from the kitchen.
You have listened to an episode of Red Moon Roleplaying, where we played the adventure Candlewood Crescent for Fear Itself. Candlewood Crescent and Fear Itself was written and created by Robin D. Laws. You can find Robin on Twitter at Robin D. Laws, and as the co-host of the podcast Ken and Robin Talk About Stuff. Fear Itself is published by Pelgrane Press. The music was made by Atrium Carceri and was used with permission from their label Cryochamber. You can find more delicious dark ambient at cryochamber.bandcamp.com or their YouTube channel. As always, a big thank you to all of our patrons. Your generous support is what makes all this possible. If you want to follow our two bonus campaigns, Emissary Lost for Coriolis and Taroticum for Cult Divinity Lost, as well as our Q&A show Ask for the Moon, do check us out on Patreon and see if you want to support the show there. Thank you for listening. We look forward to meeting you again soon.